So this list...
You picked the worst list I've ever seen.
Really?
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Hey folks, welcome to the Flipside. I'm Sam.
I'm JT.
And this right here is our top 5 games that every gamer should own. It's a little pretentious because we don't really have the skinny on what everybody should technically own. There's a lot of opinion here, but at the very, very least, these are going to be possibly 10 games, if we don't have any crossover, that you can jumpstart your collection with, and you'll be buying 10 good games.
Wait, have we had any crossover yet?
We've had a spiritual crossover.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
But that doesn't count, and we have had 0 crossovers so far.
Fair.
With that in mind, we have already done our bottom 5 games that every gamer should own. That's over on the Dice Tower. There's a link in the description below. You can go check that out after you watch this. But there's 10 other games over there. And we gave you some honorable mentions. So we'll give you more honorable mentions at the end of this one. But this is going to be our top 5. These are the ones that we really think you should probably go purchase.
If you don't own them now, go put them in your Amazon cart.
That's
and
right.
Click at the end of this video.
Christmas is coming up, everybody. You want to make sure that wish list is nice and stacked with things that you want.
That's right.
So there you have it.
Or things that we want you to want.
There you go. But you want them. You do. All right, well, let's get to it. Our top 5 games every gamer should own. Let's hit it. My number 5 fills the area control category for my list. What do you think it is?
The area control category?
Yeah, area control category.
Well, it's not perch, so it's the wrong
No,
one.
it is not. It's the wrong perch. This is Small World.
Oh,
Small World is a great
good
family level area control game that has a lot of fun cheekiness added into it because each of your races are going to have their own special ability, and those special abilities and races are intermixed with every game. So you have, it's almost like you have different races at your disposal every single game with different special abilities, and that's just a really fun thing. Another cool thing that I like about Small World is the fact that there is a different board for every single player count, and I like that because it ensures to an extent that each of the games are going to be somewhat balanced. So I really do enjoy that, and this is a great area control game as well. So if you're a gamer and you enjoy area control, this is low-hanging fruit for you. Small World, my number 5.
That's true. Everybody should own Small World. I 100% agree. All right, my number 5. This is a placeholder because there's multiple versions of this game, and you can own whichever one you want as long as you own one. Right?
At least one.
This is Clank in Space. I think everybody, Clank has been around for a long time now. I think everybody should have, every gamer should have a copy of Clank on their shelf that they can play with people, whether it be Catacombs or Space or normal Clank or whatever else. Clank is a fantastic deck building game where you're using your deck to travel down through a dungeon, through a spaceship, through catacombs where you're building out the catacombs as you go, and you're using those cards to either attack bad guys, to move with feed icons, or to purchase more cards. And you're basically trying to run down, steal a big treasure, and run out before the dragon or whoever the big bad is wipes you out.
Yep.
Clank is a great game to put on the table. So much fun to see people moving and shaking and getting stuck, and there's just a lot of interaction here. The cards in every single game have, and they've done a really good job. The Space one in particular, where they do nods to all the different space shows
Science
and everything
fiction
else.
shows,
They just have a ton of Easter eggs,
Yep.
in all of their cards. You should have a copy of Clank or one of these Clanks in your repertoire for sure. So,
I specifically agree with Clank in Space. I think if you're going to buy Clank and you want one that kind of maybe steps away from the possibly off-putting fantasy theme or the D&D or whatever, this is a great way to get that system into your library because of all of the Easter eggs that are in there.
Yep.
It's really great, but it is a very fun. They've really filled out that family of games with a couple of legacy games, 3 different iterations with base game space, and then Catacombs. There's just so much in there for you to choose from.
And the base game has a ton of expansions.
It does.
Catacombs has a couple of expansions now. I prefer Catacombs and Space to the base one anymore, because the base one, the map is static.
Yep.
So, and it's very static. So people will be like, okay, I know my path.
Yeah.
I just got to figure out how to get there.
Yeah.
So
I enjoy Space. I always have enjoyed Space the most.
Anyways, that's my number 5, Clank.
Good pick. I don't own it, so it's
get it.
not on my list, but it's a good game. All right, my number 4 is another one. This is a simultaneous action selection game, and it also has some area control in there as well, because once you fire your astronauts up to Mars, then you're going to have to control different parts of Mars. Mission Red Planet. See, you said terraforming Mars. No. Mission Red Planet is where you need to go. This will fill your Mars Planet game niche. There you go. I really enjoy this one. It has a lot of neat mechanisms involved with it. I do like area control. I do like the simultaneous action selection. I do like the hidden goals that are in there, or rather the hidden rewards that are up there on the planet that you can go. I like all of that kind of stuff. And there's little tiny nuances of like you simultaneous action selection is you're putting one of your dudes out there, but then they fire off from 10 to 1. It's just a little thing because it's a blast off, you know what I'm saying? So it's just little things like that really make this game fun. And this is another one of those games that for me falls into that category of a modern classic. And I think if you're going to have area control and simultaneous action selection, this is a great place to start. That's my number 4, Mission Red Planet.
I will agree 100%. Everybody should own Mission Red Planet. It was my 11. It literally got kicked off right at the very end. So, but yes, Mission Red Planet is a great game.
And we have to play this live at some point because the people are calling for it.
It's such a great game.
It is.
All right. Well, my number 4, I almost skipped to number 3. That would be a crime. My number 4, I guess it makes me a fanboy. No, not really. My number 4 is a worker placement game that to me is a classic game at this point in time. I don't know how old a game has to be a classic game, but a game that will stand the test of time forever and ever. But this is a worker placement game. With the worker placement has been done extremely right. This is viticulture. Viticulture not only has a nice theme, now, making wine and selling wine, overall, it's a very fluid theme that the way that it does it, whether you drink wine or not.
See what he did there?
There you go.
It's fluid.
But it's a very fluid theme, but I would say Viticulture Essential Edition is the one that everybody should own. It's gone through multiple iterations, but the newest Essential Edition is the one that you should have with the Four Seasons board. It is such a great worker placement game where you're deciding if you're going to play your workers in the spring or if you're going to save them for the summer or the fall or the winter. But you only have so many workers to go through the whole year. So if you blast off and do a whole bunch of things in the spring and plant all your plants and you've planted all your fields, you've done all this kind of stuff, you've done a tour, and the next thing you know, you've planted your fields, but you can't harvest them, you can't make wine, you can't do anything else towards the end of the year. So you're really balancing throughout the entire year how you're using those workers. And Viticulture does it. I don't think there's not a worker placement game that does it any better than Viticulture does. So for Euro gamers, I think this is one of the smoothest and best there ever is.
Okay, you provided that caveat for Euro gamers.
Yep,
okay,
for Euro gamers.
It's a worker placement game for Euro gamers. Okay, we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
That's fair.
That's good. All right, my number 3 is going to be the placeholder in a couple of different ways. It's going to be the placeholder for cooperative games.
Okay.
And it's also going to be the placeholder for the other 4 editions of this game that you can go and purchase in addition to this one. This is Horrified. My favorite one is American Monsters. But they also have the Universal Monsters. They also have Greek Monsters. They also have World of Monsters. And then they also have Dungeons and Dragons. So there's 5 different versions of Horrified that you can go out there and get. They all play pretty much the same, except that each of the different monsters have different puzzles that you have to put together. But the basic mechanisms are the same. But my favorite is American Monsters, just because I like the lore-based monsters rather than the crazy stories that get told about whatever out there. I like that better than some of the other stuff. Anyway, it's not that I don't like the other stuff, it's just this is my favorite one. And I really enjoy it as a cooperative game. It's also one of those games you can sit down, you can teach it within about 5 minutes, and you're off to the races. Really enjoy this one a lot. And it's one that I think you should own one of the iterations of it. You should.
Agreed.
You pick, I own all 5 of them. You pick which one you want to buy. And I think that'll be good. But I think everybody should own this to fill that cooperative game genre in your collection. So that's my number 3 Horrified American Monsters.
Very nice. All right, my number 3 comes in a little deck of cards. Of course, there's a couple of expansions and stuff like that you can play with this, but everybody should own at least the base game deck of cards. Well, actually, the 2 expansions are all standalone too, so you can mix them together. So you can own any of those 3. But there's also different versions of this game, so there's multiple different ways you can own. As long as you own one of them, you're safe, and I can call you a gamer. And that is Star Realms. Star Realms is...
I own it, so I'm a gamer.
Star Realms is a great little deck builder where you're one-on-one against another person. You're buying these ships that give you basically attack power or purchase power to purchase from the market, and you're just trying to beat each other. It improved upon, as far as I'm concerned. Not everybody has to own Dominion. Dominion, for one, Dominion base is not as good as Star Realms will ever be. And if you want to go all in on Dominion, then you're a special person anyways, right? And that's a special thing for you. I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying you have to be in a special mindset to want to go all in on Dominion. But Star Realms, does it better than Ascension, does it better than Dominion, does it better, and it's such a small, beautiful package.
Yeah.
And you can do it in Hero Realms, or like I said, there's Star Realms Frontiers, and there's another one. You can get any of those boxes. Just have this around, just to play with a person. Yeah. It's just a nice little game, and it's a fantastic deck builder. So.
The whole thing with Dominion is it started it, right?
Sure.
I mean, it might have been. There might be some debate there that maybe it wasn't the actual first, but it opened that door widely. Yep. And I think so many other games have come behind it and improved upon it that I wouldn't say it's obsolete. You can still have fun playing Dominion, I guess. But in my opinion, I got tired of playing Dominion. And there were other deck building games that came along afterwards that renewed my interest in deck building. So we're not taking anything away from Dominion.
No, not at all.
But Star Realms is better than Dominion, in my opinion.
Or the weirdos that like to buy it, but Dominion. No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Anyways, Star Realms is a great game. Everybody should own at least one deck.
I agree. All right, my number 2 is a worker placement game for everybody to enjoy, not just the Eurogamers, and this just happens to have a Viking theme on it as well, Champions of Midgard. If you enjoy worker placement, if you enjoy some dice rolling, if you enjoy some resource management, and if you enjoy the Viking theme, I think this has everything that you possibly could want. And I really enjoy worker placement as a mechanism, and the fact that this has a Viking theme on top of it, and it's got some dice rolling in it, and it's got a little bit of resource management. All of those things really are things that I enjoy. And so if you're like me, you should have this game in your collection. It's one of those things, and you don't have to have the new one that they just came out with. You can get an older copy that are probably going to go on sale, highly discounted here in a few months.
I'll sell you mine in a few months.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm taking. That's what I'm saying. You can get a copy of this pretty easily now because people are gearing up for getting their 10th anniversary edition. So this is a game that I think everybody should own if you like similar games like I do. So that's my number 2, Champions of Midgard.
All right. Well, I'm glad you slipped it in there because I couldn't, with good conscience, slip it in there. But it's a wonderful game, and everybody should own it. So
I think it's a better worker placement game than your worker placement game.
whatever. Well, it is. I mean, it's higher in my top 100 for sure, but different reasons. But anyways, we're talking about, yeah. Anyways, all right. My number 2 is a game that he already mentioned once as an almost or something like this, but I think we haven't had a crossover yet, just so we get it. But I do think that for all gamers, you should have one copy of one version of Pandemic in your repertoire. You really should. It doesn't matter if it's a Star Wars Pandemic or the Warcraft Pandemic or the Rome one or Iberia or Base or whatever. There are so many wonderful Pandemics out there. They've been part of the gaming hobby as a staple for a long time. They're great games. They're great co-ops. They're fun to put to the table. There's a ton of different versions of them. And just a game that, I don't know, I feel some nostalgia, obviously, for Pandemic games, so maybe that rolls in there. But I think everybody should have a copy of Pandemic. I just think it's my ticket to ride for him.
For me, it was between Horrified or Pandemic. Those are the two, and I like Horrified currently a little bit more than I like the Pandemics. It's not that I don't like the Pandemics. I really enjoy Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
And if I said, do you want to play Horrified or do you want to play Fate of the Fellowship right now?
I don't own Fate of the Fellowship. Thanks for turning that in my back a little bit more.
Okay.
Dang it.
Anyway, my number 2, Pandemic. Get a copy of something.
Wow, that's nice. All right, my number 1. You're off to the races. And if you're off to the races in a racing game, it used to be that I would say you need to have Formula D in your repertoire. But now, number one game I think that you should go get, Heat, Pedal to the Metal. I've played this game probably getting up there to close to 20 times this year. And I know that's not a lot for this guy. He plays like a game 50 times in a sitting. But 20 times for one game for me,
that's a lot.
That's a lot of times.
Yeah.
And I have been getting my butt kicked. And that, to me, I usually hate games that I don't do well at after a while, because it's too challenging. It becomes like work. But this one is different. I still have fun getting my tail handed to me by the legends. And that speaks volumes to my brain. Because I enjoy getting whooped. Not everybody enjoys getting whooped. But I kind of have to, because I get whooped a lot. But anyway, I really enjoy this game, and I think it's a game that will appeal to that does appeal, not will appeal. It does appeal to a lot of people. It looks great on the table. It's got some simple mechanisms, and then it also has a sprinkling of other mechanisms in there that can make it a little bit more meaty. As you go along with some of the other advanced modes that you can add into the game afterwards. But bare bones Heat is so simple, and it's so easy to teach and grasp, and it looks great, and I'm totally on board with it. So this is one of those things where, and everybody knows racing, right?
Sure.
Even if you're not into it, you know of it. You know what's supposed to happen. I need to go faster than everybody else.
Yeah.
It's really simple. I just really enjoy it. My number 1, Heat, Pedal to the Metal.
Nice. Copy that. I think, yeah, it's a good pick for sure. I know lots of people love it.
And it's really, I know, it's really it's high on my list right now because I'm playing it so much.
Yeah.
So I get that. I totally get it. But I still stand by. If I make this list 5 years from now, I would imagine that this one will still be on my list.
Yeah, it could. Okay. All right. Well, my number 1 is Spirit Island. No, I'm just kidding.
I was about to cry foul.
I don't think everybody should own Spirit Island. It's not necessary. But if you're like me, you have to own Spirit Island. But anyways, that's not my number 1. My number 1, I'm going cheeky 100% with this one. and I'm going back to all of our gaming roots. Maybe that's because I'm old.
You put a deck of cards on here?
I did. I put cribbage on here. I think everybody should own a cribbage board and a deck of cards. Cribbage is a fantastic game.
He's right.
Like I said, I'm going back to my roots. I'm going back to my young days and all the days since. I don't think there's a game. Well, I don't. Card games have lasted longer than any game in my collection. Yeah. Like they have.
Sure.
And they should. Everybody should have a deck of cards in their collection anyways. Even if you don't like cribbage, you're going to have a deck of cards in there. You can pop it out, play hearts, spades, cribbage, whatever else you want to do. Cribbage is a fantastic game, though. It's a very thinky card game. There's some math involved that does trip some people up sometimes because it's hard to add 6 and 9 sometimes.
That's 15. That's easy. If that's as hard as it gets, I'm in.
That's it. That's as hard as it gets. Get those 15s. Anyways, cribbage is a fantastic game. Deck of cards is a fantastic game. If you're a gamer, you should have a cribbage board.
What?
Yep.
No.
Yep.
If you're a gamer, you don't have a... I've never played cribbage in my entire life.
You should have a cribbage board.
I don't.
Well, you should.
I don't have a cribbage. I've never played cribbage. I was just about to say that. You need to teach me how to play cribbage.
I know what to get you for Christmas.
No, you gotta teach me how to play cribbage.
I'm gonna get you Spirit Island and a cribbage board.
Oh no! Okay, so I have something to play cribbage on. I just set it on top of the box.
On top of the box. Okay. Anyways, you got any more honorable mentions?
Yes, I do.
End this fiasco.
Other honorable mentions. Couple of, and this is a new one to me, and it's replaced a lot of the other trick takers that I used to play, but Rebel Princess is one. I really enjoy the trick taking in that. World Wonders, I really enjoy tile laying, and I also like history. So that was one that kind of converged on that. It's a very simple game. It's a very pretty game once you get everything out there with all of the different monuments set up on the board. It's super appealing. Let's see, already mentioned that. King Domino, another tile placement game that has a little bit of that domino flair in it, building out your for sale. Auctioning and bidding. That's a great auctioning bidding game, and it's super easy to teach. And I think that's it. I think I shared the other ones on the other list. So those are the rest of my honorable mentions.
All right. So the other half of my heavy gamers should have on their list. Dune Imperium, Circadian's First Light, Architects of the West Kingdom, although you don't have to be a heavy gamer for that one.
Good one.
Everdale and Spirit Island.
Never played that.
Everybody should have a copy of Everdale. Really, Everdale should be up higher. It's a little heavier than everybody should have, but Everdale's a fantastic game. But anyways, cheers.
Well, that's cheers. So all together with the 10 games that we shared on this segment and the other one, so that's 20 different games because we had no crossovers.
Nope.
And then we also I shared 10 more honorable mentions, and you shared 10 more honorable mentions. So we just gave you 40 games.
Yep.
That's correct math, right?
Yep.
10. Yeah, that's 40 games that you can now have a basis or a pool to draw from to starting your collection. So mission accomplished, I think.
Let us know down in the comments how much your Amazon cart cost today. Just let us know. Curious.
Oh boy, that's getting down to the nitty gritty, isn't it? All right, well, thank you for being here. We appreciate y'all. Give us a like, subscribe, hit that bell icon so we can let you know when we have more videos coming available for you, and we'll thank you for it. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care.
See you later.